summertime, folks. It's time for more Global Trophy action. A new campaign begins here over the next 9 weeks to crown the next Global Trophy champion. Welcome everyone to the 19th annual Global Trophy 2023. I am joined alongside
Sam Elliott 64. Yes, we are back for more Global Trophy action, and to be honest with you, it's a bit of a strange feeling being in the summertime, recording these. Normally it's, during the winter. Obviously this year we had a little bit of a change of pace with, in keeping with the Qatar World Cup, doing the Champion of Champions at the same time. However, that's now done. We have a new champion to find for 2023.
Yes, and of course there's, well, when we're recording this, we're actually recording this the day before Christmas Eve of 2022,
yes,
right
we've
now.
literally just had the World Cup final a week ago, and congratulations to Argentina for winning both the Global Trophy Champion of Champions and the World Cup in the same year. Unprecedented scenes.
Yep, what a 2022, eh? For Argentina.
Literally. Unbelievable.
But yes, so we are here with a new Global Trophy. This will be running from June all the way until, I don't know if there's 5 weeks in one of those two, so I don't know. So I'm going to say start of August at the latest, earliest end of July. I don't know. I actually haven't checked the dates yet. But sure, I'll be scheduling it eventually on that one once we're editing this. So
I believe there's 5 weeks in July, so you might be the end of July.
Might be end of
Depends
July.
On
there you go.
Yeah.
So, we are here with the 19th annual Global Trophy. You guys get a lot of Global Trophy over the sort of the course of about a year and a couple of months. The Champion of Champions in November and December 2022. The 2023 tournament happening now. The 2024 tournament is happening in November. So that's it's a lot of Global Trophy, isn't it, really?
There's a lot to be watching, yeah, absolutely. And of course, this year, we have the amazing situation where we have our reigning champions, the Czech Republic. Can they do it again? I mean, last year was just so unbelievable with that shocking run of theirs all the way to the final. Of course, only losing in the European section in the final as well. So, you know what a story it was for them last year.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, Czech Republic have since then finished in the top 16 in the Champion of Champions, losing out to Spain. So if you think of it that way, it's not too bad, really.
Not at all. Obviously, we're not here to do the European Qualifiers today. We're here to do the European Preliminaries. And, well, there's quite a few interesting teams in there.
Yeah, some of the teams have dropped into the spots of the Preliminary League. And on some of them, one of them, for example, has actually risen up to the Preliminary League, as they were unable to make it last time round. But yeah, let's begin with the Preliminary League. So, as usual, 16 teams will be competing. One will be the dud team. And that dud team is Armenia.
Yes, Armenia. Oh, is it? You sure?
Yep.
Did it change?
Yeah, I forgot about Georgia.
Okay. Sorry, it's only because Chris has given me a list of the teams that are actually doing what this year, and it says Belarus, but Belarus didn't make it then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I forgot. Georgia actually finished between... Well, we'll get onto them, actually, because next team, it's not Georgia, but it's the one that finished below Georgia, but they're back in the Global Trophy. It's Luxembourg.
I don't even know any Luxembourgish footballers. Like in 2022 or 2023, I don't know anyone. How are they in the Global Trophy preliminaries? How have they done that? Yeah,
they've been able to bounce past Belarus and Armenia to make it into the top 40 for this at number 39 of these European teams. So
if a team like Luxembourg can get into the European qualifiers, it will be absolute scenes, but I don't think so somehow.
You never know. You never know, though. Next up, it is the aforementioned Georgia.
I think a lot of Georgia's success has come from a player from Napoli. And hang on, I need to find this guy's name, because I'm going to send it to you, Chris, and I want to see if you can pronounce it.
Oh, God. All right, well, you can send it me on Discord.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Discord.
Yeah,
Give
cool.
me just
All
2 seconds.
Let me hash this one.
Hang on, let me find his name because it is something special. Here we go. This is the guy.
It's not be like close to a Greek name, is it?
Let's see. All right.
All right.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the guy's name.
Oh Jesus. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia.
But he's a winger for Napoli, right? He's unbelievable. He's so good.
He's as unbelievable as his name is. Fair enough.
Apparently, at the time of recording, Liverpool have been linked with like 100 million plus bid for him. He's sensational.
Oh geez, yeah. How's Nunes going for them right now at 80 million?
Oh dear, yeah. Let's move on from the Uruguayan Andy Carroll.
Yeah. Speaking of that, actually, I did recently buy FIFA 23 to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah, I've been playing Ultimate Team on it just on the free or whatever. Nunes is one of my strikers.
Amazing.
One of my good packs though, I did pack Alexander Arnold to be fair. So that's
big Trent.
Yeah, it's quite a big right back hit to be honest. So I'm quite happy with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the majority of the rest of the team are Wolves players, to be honest. So yeah. Oh no, I recently got Marcus Rashford as well in the team, so that's all quite good.
He's quality. He's so good on FIFA.
Yep. Next up, it is Israel.
Yeah, the Israelis, they've got some... Again, they've had another player recently who's quite famous. I think he plays for... Well, he plays for Fulham, I think. Manor Solomon. So he's quite good. That's all I really know about Israeli football at the moment. There's no Yossi Benayoun, is there? Come on now. Do you remember him?
Maybe in this game.
Or Tal Ben Haim.
Yeah, Ben Ayin might be in this game. I don't know. Was Ben Ayin around in about 2002?
I think he was. I think he was about.
Yeah, it sounds about right because I think I remember old manager games when you could have Ben Ayin, maybe like 2004 or something. So maybe a bit late for this game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
What I do like though is that this 20-year-old game predicted the World Cup champion. So you know, love that.
Easy done, mate. Easy done.
It's good that some things don't change, eh? Right, next up, it is Montenegro. So, obviously, as we mention every year, there are certain teams, usually 4 of them, that pretty much are not in this game. They're not available in this game. They weren't, like, independent nations.
Yeah, the countries hadn't formed by this point in history, so they kind of had to be jimmied in, so to speak.
Yeah, so until eventually, if someone can help us out with trying to actually add... like a ROM hack into this where we can add teams like Montenegro and New Caledonia and stuff like that. That'd be brilliant. Cheers. If anyone can actually ROM hack this game and do that, that'd be lovely. But pretty much until then, the nations in question will essentially be represented by another nation. Now, to prevent another Comoros happening, what we've done... instead, well, actually, not a Comoros, actually. They want it fair and square. But essentially, the new rules for this now, which we're bringing in this year, is that it's still... You'll be represented by the team lower ranked than you in the FIFA rankings. But it will be the highest ranked team below you that aren't in the global trophy. So, in this case, Montenegro has gotten... It's not really a good draw for Montenegro this time around. It's Estonia.
Yeah. So obviously, to kind of clarify, last year Comoros had Lithuania, which by the current rules would still be okay because Lithuania haven't qualified for the global trophy either.
Yeah.
Basically, this is just to avoid, let's say, for example, if Montenegro were represented by, I don't know, let's say South Korea, for example, right? And then they ended up progressing through the qualifiers and then played South Korea come the global trophy finals. That wouldn't be very good, would it? So basically what we've done is just to try to eliminate any possible fixture clashes down the line.
Yeah, I mean, we remember back in the years of Monte China, don't we? So
good times.
Yeah. Next up, it is Albania.
Yep, one of the Balkan countries. they have a Premier League striker these days, Albania. Do you know who it is?
So it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember for the life of me.
It's Armando Broja from Chelsea,
That's
who's
the one.
who's currently just done his ACL and MCL. So brutal for him.
Yeah. Well wishes to him from everyone at the Global Trophy. Well, two of us, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah.
Next up, North Macedonia. Man, what a last couple of years this nation has had in football.
I mean, they were in the Euros, weren't they? They were Euro 2020.
Yep.
And they did all right. They weren't great, but they weren't terrible. I think they did a lot better than everyone kind of expected them to do.
Yep, and obviously a bit more recently than that is upsetting Italy in the qualifiers for the World Cup qualifiers to lose out to Portugal, but the group
beat Italy.
Essentially that foursome of death there that poor North Macedonia was going up against. And they played damn well. They beat Italy, and it's a bit of a shame they ended up going out to Portugal because, I think really North Macedonia are probably one of the world's favourite underdogs when it comes to football, especially Europe's.
Absolutely. They've been brilliant for the last couple of years, haven't they? But obviously now their main man, Goran Pandev, I think is retired now. So it's a shame for them. But you know what? Amazing. What an incredible run.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see how North Macedonia do in the future when it comes to that. See if they can keep holding on pretty much to their very good performances recently.
Absolutely.
Next up, it is Iceland.
Iceland have had a bit of a fall from grace, haven't they, in recent years? In terms of football in real life, a lot of their national team have been embroiled in some kind of scandal or another. Apparently, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes with the KSE, which is the kind of equivalent of the Icelandic FA. Obviously,
sorry, what are they called?
The KSE.
I thought you said the KFC for a minute there.
No. And basically, as well, obviously, we all know the story behind Gylfi Sigurdsson and the unpleasantness with him. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how the team that finished in the quarterfinals of Euro 2016 is now kind of just a nothing team again, which is a shame.
It is marred, really. I mean, if we can get on to a bit of a happier topic, just think that essentially the Iceland football team is being governed by a Zinger Tower meal. So there you go. Next up is Northern Ireland. That joke hit flat.
Yeah, it went great. Northern Ireland. Yeah, another weird one, really. They've not really kind of had a big moment for a while. Were they in the Euros 2016, were they? I can't remember. I want to say they might have been.
Potentially? I'm not too sure. That was 6 years ago, to be fair.
It was... Oh, don't say that. Jesus. My God.
Yep, 6 years ago that was. But yeah, the lowest ranked British Isles team in the FIFA rankings. So the lowest ranked British Isles team in the Global Trophy. Next up, speaking of a team that's just going down, 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 which from last year's preliminary league is anything to go by, it's Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Once upon a time, regular qualifiers for the European section on FIFA ranking. These days, not so much.
Yep, and they're sort of well known for the preliminary league last time round, where they did incredibly well right at the start, and then they just faltered. Draw, loss, draw, and end up out of the top 8 last time round and failing to make it through to the Global Trophy European qualifiers. So, yeah, hope for better luck this time round for Bosnia-Herzegovina, because they should be qualifying here.
Yeah, there's no reason why they can't, is there? So they've got a good enough team.
Yep. Next up, it is Finland.
Yes, the Finnish. I believe they're not actually they don't consider themselves a Scandinavian country, right? Am I right in saying that?
Finland isn't in Scandinavia, so
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that a lot of people do get wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. These days not too bad in terms of their personnel. Obviously players like Teemu Pukki, who plays for Norwich, Glenn Kamara, who I think is still at Rangers. Will Jaskalainen, obviously.
Crew released him.
Has he been released?
Yeah, Crew released him last year.
Why? Why did they release him? Because was he bad?
Well, he was at crew.
Oh, fair. Good
So,
point.
yes. Let's be honest. Hey, as a crew fan for, like, about 2 decades or whatever, I completely admit when the team's shit. And it is crap right now.
Oh, dear.
Next up, it is Slovakia.
Yeah, Slovakia. Again, I'm pretty sure in recent years have qualified for the Global Trophy finals themselves. Obviously, FIFA ranking-wise, they've kind of struggled a little bit in recent years, but still a decent team.
Yep, Slovakia made it all the way to round 2 last time round, to be knocked out by Slovenia.
Yes, who of course they qualified, didn't they? They did qualify for the finals.
Yep, so it was essentially Slovakia versus Slovenia for that transition point to get to the Global Trophy finals, and Slovenia made the most of it. Slovakia missed out.
Absolutely.
Next up, probably the biggest shockers, I think, in this is former European champions of the Global Trophy, Romania, are in this.
Yeah, the preliminaries. They won, not only former winners 2 years ago. 2021 champions of Europe, Romania, had that amazing run to get to the finals of the European section. I want to say they did quite well in the Global Trophy finals as well, but did they get top 8? I can't remember.
Might have been top 16, I think.
I think they won a match. I can't remember exactly,
Yeah.
but they certainly won a match in the finals as well. So, a team with pedigree for sure, Romania.
Yeah, and obviously Romania also were in the Champion of Champions as well, making it to the top 16 there. So,
absolutely, so they're not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. The fact that they're in the preliminaries, you'd probably say they're one of the favourites to go through.
yeah, I'd say also alongside Greece is also here.
Yeah, Greece, of course, had that amazing run where there was that weird moment where we miscalculated the rankings and basically they qualified by...
No, say it properly. I messed up.
Chris messed up.
Yeah, which is mentioned every year. We mention Greece. Yeah, I messed up.
It's an amazing story because like the fact that they were given that little bit of extra, potential. And obviously they made their way through, and
I will safely say I almost did it again this year. I almost put Colombia in twice.
Oh, no way.
Which would have meant that, spoiler alerts for later on, Cayman Islands would have been the dud.
Oh, can't have that.
But they're actually not. Aruba's the dud for the Americas Preliminary League. But, that's... We'll get to that eventually on that one. But yeah, we got Greece in there. We've got Romania. Republic of Ireland is next.
Yeah, again, another team that they always tend to be in the preliminary qualifiers, but they always do quite well and escape normally. So, intriguing to see how they get on here.
Yep, and last but not least, I'm hovering over it. I'm hovering close to where they are. Oh, most of the watchers of this are worried if it's their team. It's not, it's Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey. A country which were considered dark horses for Euro 2020. Do you remember that? And they went out in the groups without a single point. Good times.
Yeah, if you look at like the World Cup, the Qatar World Cup, Denmark were my dark horses, and they just flopped.
They were terrible. I don't know what happened. They were just awful.
Yeah, I don't know. But by the way, for people wondering, the next rank up is Scotland. So
yeah, they just about automatically qualified. It's amazing.
Yeah, just behind Russia. So, to be honest, at this point right now, I can see Scotland easily overtaking Russia. It's a lot easier to do that when the team's playing games and one team isn't. So
very true. Very true.
Yeah. But anyway, so for new watchers, here's how the rules go for the preliminary league. So we have 16 teams, one dud team, which is the lowest ranked team in the FIFA rankings in the top 40. And they will play each other twice. So that is... Oh, wait, it's once. Sorry, once.
It is once, yeah.
It's once. So, so 15 matches altogether. The top 8 qualify for the Global Trophy qualifiers for their continent. But you really do not want to be in 8th place, because 8th place, unfortunately on this game, you have to have a dud team to simulate a tournament. So, 8th place is the dud team, will lose 3-0 in every match they have. So Armenia is going to end up on, 0 points, 15 losses, minus 45 goal difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, if you finish 8th and become the dud team for the actual qualifiers themselves, it means that you don't really get to participate, which is not what you want.
Yep, you pretty much lose your chance on that. But also, now that we're in the 2023 tournament, this starts a new campaign to the next Champion of Champions as well. So you're going to be looking to try and get some really good performances in to maybe qualify for the 2026 Champion of Champions.
Romania have done it, so there's no reason why no one else can. You know, if you have a good run in your local qualifiers, or a decent run in the Global Trophy, finals itself. I mean, I think Spain qualified off of just one quarter-final.
Yep, they were ranked 26th coming in. Oh god, it's him again.
Oh bloody RJ Fernandez, what a cock!
The Pharaoh conspirator. God, that came out of left field.
Prison. He's back out of prison.
Yeah, he's like, oh, RJ Fernandez, what a cock. Jesus.
Oh dear.
Well, so Albania off to a good start here with their 3 points over Armenia. So that's going to be it's really all about sort of like, when do you want to face your dud, and what's just trying to stay in there. I'm, to be honest, going to be quite interested about how Bosnia-Herzegovina are going to go here. Are they going to make the same mistake as last time round?
Montenegro represented by Estonia, first things first, a clash of the two kind of Balkan former Yugoslav states in Bosnia and Montenegro. And it's a win
Montenegro get the win!
Wow, the Estonians coming out fighting here. They obviously took what you said personally at the start.
Probably did, yep. Finland now will take on Georgia. It's a draw between the two. First draw of the league.
Not a bad start, really, certainly for Estonia representing Montenegro. Next up is Iceland and Israel, the two eyes.
Iceland get 5 over Israel, who get 1. So yeah, 5-1 Iceland. Biggest win of the tournament so far.
Big result there for Iceland as they move top of the league after just one game. Next up is Luxembourg and Macedonia.
Yep, Luxembourg's first appearance in a global trophy in quite a while, I'd say. And it's a win for North Macedonia, 2-1. Gives them a perfect start so far.
Yep, absolutely. And then moving on, we have the former European champions, Romania, taking on Northern Ireland. A big test for the Northern Irish to start off.
It's a 3-0 win for Romania. That's not surprising. I can see them doing very well in this group. But also, I can also see Greece doing very well in this league. It's Greece-Slovakia next.
Slovakia will want to get off to a good start, but they've got a tough first opponent in Greece.
Yep, Greece, of course, Champion of Champions, quarter-finalists of Greece, and they've won 4-0 over Slovakia.
Start for the Greeks as they move second only to Iceland on goals scored. Next up is the final first-round fixture between the Republic of Ireland and Turkey.
Yep, Turkey, shockers to sort of be bumped down into this section, personally. They've made a good start, though. 1-0 win for Turkey.
Yep, good start for the Turkish as they defeated the Republic of Ireland. And Albania will take on Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bosnia need a huge win to get things rolling for them, really.
Yep, Albania obviously got their 3-0 win over the dud team Armenia in the first fixture, so not really too sure. We haven't seen anything about Albania as of yet. It is a win for Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's 2-0.
Important result for Bosnia to get off the mark, and now Estonia, representing Montenegro, will get their second win as they take on the dud team, Armenia.
Yep, that's a really good start, I think, for Montenegro.
Bit of a surprise, really. We kind of had, Estonia down as a weaker team, but they've had a decent run of things so far. Okay, they played 2 games, but they've won both of them, so, what more can you ask for?
Yeah, I mean, not really much, but then again, it could just be those sort of area countries where, like, for example, we had Comoros being represented by Lithuania last year, so...
And they had an amazing run, didn't they? All the way to the African title.
Yeah.
From the qualifiers.
Yep, from the qualifiers. Battered the qualifiers, won that. So, will it be another story maybe for Montenegro with Estonia? I doubt it, but you never know.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Looks, Czech Republic's currently Global Trophy champion. Finland take on Iceland next. Both teams, well, Iceland got a win in their first match, a 5-1 win, while Finland got a draw against Georgia.
Yeah, a big match between 2 teams that are kind of Scandi, but not really.
Both lands.
They are.
It's a draw between the two. Finland, 2 draws so far, so they're undefeated, but they're drawing against teams I'd say that they should be doing better against.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And next up, Georgia versus Israel. Israel, of course, bottom, except for the dud team at the moment with... Oh, no, they're not, because Slovakia have conceded... Oh, no, because they didn't score, did they, Slovakia? That's why. Georgia, of course, with that draw, as Chris mentioned, against Finland.
Win for Israel, 2-1, puts them up into 9th. Georgia down to 11th.
Big win for Georgia there to get themselves back into contention. Next up is Luxembourg and Northern Ireland, two very little countries as they take each other on.
Yep, both teams lost in their first matches. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to get off the mark here. It's going to be both of them. It's a draw, 0-0. It's boring, but it's a point for Luxembourg and it's a point for Northern Ireland.
Surprised. I actually thought Northern Ireland would win that one. I think that's a bit of a dropped ball from them. And Luxembourg will take the point there for sure.
Certainly will. Macedonia, Romania now. Macedonia currently in 6th place. Romania in 4th.
Romania had a great start, of course. As we said, former European champions. They're no slouches.
It's a 2-0 win for Romania. They go second behind Montenegro.
Of course, Montenegro have already had their dud win, so that could be interesting to note for later on. Next up, it is Slovakia and the Republic of Ireland. Two teams struggling towards the bottom at the moment.
Yeah, but both pretty much the bottom two right now. Getting a bit of a minnow clash going. It's a win for Republic of Ireland. They move up to 8th place.
Yeah, and Slovakia drop down to 15th. And now a grudge match between Greece and Turkey. It always seems to come together between these two. How will it go?
Yep, and we are getting close to Christmas, so this makes sense. It's a draw between the two.
It is a draw between the two, and that surprised me. I had Greece down as a potential winner of that one, but it wasn't to be. A tie, a 0-0 draw between the two.
Yep, fixture 3 begins now with Albania, Estonia. Albania currently in 6th place. Estonia, obviously representing Montenegro, currently in 1st. No points dropped, no goals let in as of yet.
Yeah, and a potential here for Estonia to start stretching their legs. Let's see how they get on.
It is a win for Estonia, 1-0. They keep with their clean sheet record so far.
Brilliant start from Estonia representing Montenegro, and now Bosnia and Herzegovina are going to get their second 3 points as they take on the dud team, Armenia.
Yeah, I mean, after a really bad first fixture, Bosnia have bounced back, but they need to keep the pressure on now. They can't be... Yes! Oh
It's
my
Vinny!
god, I didn't know you come back, Vinny!
He's alright, he's alive!
Big Vinny in the preliminary league.
We love to see it.
Big
We
Vinny
absolutely love to
making
see
his first appearance for about 5 years, something like that.
He's been sunning himself off in some distant land since the last time we saw him, but he's okay. It's okay, Vinny Jones.
I'm so happy that Vinny Jones has come back to the Global Trophy. Get in.
Let's get him a new contract sorted and tie him down.
I know. God, he's getting paid. We're not.
We're not. We're really not.
We're not. Right. So, Bosnia-Herzegovina with a big win there to put them on, put them in 3rd right now. Finland take on Israel next. Both teams currently out of that top 8.
Finland yet to win or lose so far. 2 draws out of 2 for them. Israel a win and a loss to their name.
Yep, -3 goal difference for Israel so far. It is a win for Israel. Finland get their first defeat. Israel move to 4th.
Yeah, that early defeat to Iceland. A bit of a thing of the past now for Israel. Speaking of Iceland, they are taking on Georgia next. And a decent clash here.
By the way, look at Estonia's goals for and points score.
Nice.
Dirty nice. Yeah, Georgia and Iceland. It's a draw between the two, so Georgia in 11th, Iceland in 5th. Iceland in the better position right now. God, what was that? Chris Eubank?
To be honest with you, that's not a bad effort from Georgia. I'd say they'd take the point there.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't won yet, but they've only lost 1. They've drawn 2. They're currently 11th. They're very much in contention at the moment. Luxembourg looking to try and upset the favourite in this preliminary league.
Yep, a big tie against Romania. Luxembourg, if they get any result from this, would be a miracle, I think, but you never know.
5-0 Romania.
Massive win for Romania as they move top of the league with a +10 goal difference.
Yep, biggest win of the tournament so far, 5-0. Macedonia now. North Macedonia, they'll take on Northern Ireland. North Macedonia currently in 10th. Northern Ireland 13th right now. Yet to get a goal.
Yeah, Northern Ireland need to get cracking, don't they? Otherwise, they're going to be left behind. Macedonia, a win for them, lifts them right into contention.
It's a draw between the two. Macedonia up to 8th. Northern Ireland, they finally got a goal, but they're down in 13th right now. Not good for them.
Not been a good start. No, not been a good start for the Northern Irish. Next up is Slovakia and Turkey. Slovakia rooted down towards the foot of the table. Turkey in 7th.
Yep, not bad from Turkey so far. One of 4 teams to have not let in a goal as of yet. They have now, but they still get the win. It's 2-1 Turkey.
Third place in the league as Greece take on the Republic of Ireland. Probably 2 of the big hitters in this league, but you wouldn't guess it from their league position currently.
Yep, Greece have yet to let in a goal. Republic of Ireland, it's not been too bad for them, but I think they need to start scoring some goals. Which they do. 2-1 Republic of Ireland. Greece down in 8th.
Big result for the Republic of Ireland. They move up into the top 5 with that.
Yep, fixture 4 begins with Albania, Finland.
Albania in 10th, Finland 12th.
5-0 Finland! What a win for Finland there!
Huge win for Finland and a massive, massive defeat for Albania. That is not good for them as Georgia take on the dud team, Armenia. To be honest with you, probably come at the right time for Georgia because they've not been losing games, but they've not been winning either. Yeah. So they're finally off the board now. Georgia's flag is different. That is not Georgia's flag now.
Yeah, that was Georgia's old flag.
I prefer that. I think the new one looks quite cool.
Yeah,
it's like the
so do I.
It's like the St George's Cross with like lots of different ones in each section. Basically.
Yeah, that's one of the old changes. Like they don't have like the big R or stuff. They don't have big green or the big R these days. So you know,
it's true.
There's got to be some flag. There's got to be one flag that's new from the last 20 years and good. And I guess we got to thank Georgia for that one.
Yeah, Georgia's flag is much nicer these days than it used to be.
I mean, Georgia's flag looked a bit Germanic to me.
I thought that as well.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about, you know, like, Germanic from, like, 20 years ago. I'm talking about World War II Germany, to be brutally honest.
Oof.
Maybe that's why they got it changed to just being, like, white and red with a bunch of starry, speckly dots.
Maybe.
Next up, Bosnia-Herzegovina. They take on Iceland right now. Both teams in that top 8 right now.
Win for Bosnia here will lift them into potentially 2nd place with a big win.
1-0 win for Iceland. They move 3rd.
They do move 3rd. Great result there for Iceland. Bosnia-Herzegovina will not be happy with that defeat.
Yep, they will stay in the top 8 for now. Israel could leap them with a win over Montenegro, being represented by Estonia.
2nd Estonia. A win for Estonia really does put them in a good position.
It's 4-1 Estonia!
What? It's their first goal they've conceded, but they won't care because they go top of the leaderboard for now. Great result for Estonia.
Yep, Slovakia and Luxembourg, 2 teams at the bottom of the table right now. Slovakia, only team to have not scored a point yet, apart from our lovely dud team, of course.
And a win here for Luxembourg. Almost essential to have any hope of qualification. Slovakia need to get going as well.
3-0 Slovakia. Slovakia move up into 12th. Luxembourg now rooted at the bottom of the table.
They have scored a point.
Yep. Macedonia now. North Macedonia currently in 11th place. Greece in 10th.
Of course, Macedonia having to change their country name to North Macedonia because of the Macedonia region in Greece. So this is a bit of a grudge match between the two of them.
Certainly is. And it's a 2-0 win for Greece. They're up straight into 4th.
It's such a close group, isn't it? That kind of mid-pack. You've got Estonia and Romania running away with it at the top, and everyone else basically just fighting it out.
Yeah, just sort of tripping over themselves, trying to get those elusive spots. Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland next up. Northern Ireland currently in 14th, Republic of Ireland in 7th.
Massive result here needed for Northern Ireland, I think.
It's win for Republic of Ireland, 1-0. They move to 3rd.
Good result for the Irish there. The Northern Irish, desperate need of points. Not looking good so far.
Yep, Romania, Turkey next to finish off fixture 4. Ooh, draw between the two. So Estonia have a 2-point lead at the top.
Yeah, an outright lead of points instead of just on goal difference, and Romania dropping points for the first time against the Turkish.
Yep, Albania versus Georgia next. So Georgia currently in 10th place. Albania Well, 13th. 3 losses and a win to their name.
Yeah, and the only win, of course, was against the dud team for Albania, so they need to get cracking. Georgia here, a win for them, lifts them right into contention.
Win for Georgia, 1-0. Georgia up to 5th.
Big result for the Georgians, as Finland now will take on our dud team Armenia and will lift them into that kind of 8-point zone with everyone else, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good moment for Finland to really make a move here. They missed out last time round on the Global Trophy European Qualifiers, so they've got a shot at this time.
Yeah, I've never seen that referee before. Zingaro.
El Zingaro. I think he may have turned up. I remember the name vaguely, but yeah, I can't remember specifically. But lovely to see Big Vinny back, though.
Of course.
It's great.
Of course. It's always great to see Vinny. It's always great seeing Vinny.
That's the return of the year, for definite. See, well, unless... Sod it, if I've jinxed it, I've jinxed it. Unless England make it to the Global Trophy Finals for the first time in over a decade.
Don't say it. I can't believe you said it. I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it. And now you said it. And now it's ruined it. You ruined it.
Fate does... I don't give a shit about fate. Bosnia-Herzegovina, they've got Israel next. So Bosnia currently in 9th, Israel 10th. This is very, very much needed win for both teams here.
A win for either of them will lift them up potentially as high as 3rd.
Win for Bosnia-Herzegovina, 2-1.
And they do go up to 3rd place on 9 points so far. Estonia, a chance to stretch their lead as they take on Iceland down in 6th.
Yep, Iceland could do with a win here to try and stay in the pack right now. It's a draw between the two. Estonia drop points.
Yep, so no team is going to have a perfect run throughout this competition. Everyone has dropped points at least somewhere along the way. Next up is Luxembourg against Greece.
Greece currently in 9th place. Luxembourg right at the bottom of that table right there. Need to start getting a move on. It's 6-0 Greece. There's a new record.
Big win for the Greeks there. Luxembourg absolutely rooted to the bottom of the table now.
Yep, very much rooted to the bottom of the table. North Macedonia now currently in 11th. Take on Slovakia, who've been able to move up to 12th.
Slovakia, of course, beating Luxembourg, so can they keep that run going, or will North Macedonia put a stop to their run?
It will be a win for Slovakia. That's 2 in a row.
Back-to-back wins for Slovakia has really brought them back into contention. Next up is Northern Ireland, who really need to get going if they want any hope of qualifying for the European qualifiers. And they take on Turkey, who are currently in 9th place. A slow start for Turkey.
Yep, 4 teams currently undefeated so far. Turkey's one of them. They still are 2-0 up to 2nd go Turkey.
Great result for Turkey is leapfrog them right up the table.
Romania currently in 4th. They could go top with a win over the Republic of Ireland, who are currently in 7th.
Yep, the final fixture of the final match of the 5th fixture.
It's a draw between the two. Estonia stay top for now.
They do, and on 2 points ahead of the chasing pack. Next up is Albania and Iceland. Albania have slipped right down the table, all the way to 13th after their initial win over the dud team. That's the only goals they've scored as well, so they need to get going. Iceland in 6th currently.
Yep, good performance from Iceland so far, and it carries on. 2-1 Iceland. They move to 2nd.
They do, and they're only 1 point behind the leaders, Estonia.
Yep, Israel about to get some lovely, lovely 3 points, which will put them in into 8th place.
Stuff for Israel there as they beat the dud team. Obviously, as you would expect, has lifted them up the table a little bit. It's very close, isn't it? Like, we're seeing at the moment, like, the team's just jumping around from, like, 9th up to 2nd with wins, so it's so close.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Montenegro is currently in the best position right now, but, you know, Romania's in a very good position as well, alongside, I'd say Turkey now are in quite a good position, so, but it's really all about how much stamina's the team got to try and stay in those high positions, and especially to try and avoid that dreaded 8th spot.
So far, so good for Montenegro, represented by Estonia. It's looking pretty good for them at the moment, but we know how quickly it can change. Bosnia-Herzegovina can attest to that, and they'll take on Finland next.
Yep, Finland currently 9th out of the tournament so far. Bosnia-Herzegovina in 7th. Currently staying in the tournament so far. But that's how quickly it can change. 4-3!
What a game for the neutrals that would have been. And Finland moves up to 4th place. knocking Bosnia down to 8th place currently.
Yep, Georgia had a good start, but now they're sort of faltering down in 10th place. They've got the current league leaders in Estonia. Win for Estonia. They go 4 ahead right now, but Romania could clip that to 2 in their next match.
Luxembourg taking on the Republic of Ireland. Luxembourg really need to get going if they want any hope of qualification. Republic of Ireland, if they win here, keep the pressure on at the top.
3-0 Republic of Ireland. That moves them up to 2nd place.
Yep, fantastic. A good recovery from the Republic of Ireland, I think. Started slowly, but have really started to motor through the gears now.
Yep, North Macedonia, who I believe were the dud team in the last European qualifiers, I think, weren't they?
Possibly.
I'm pretty certain they were.
I can't remember that long ago,
yeah.
Chris. Come on now.
they take on Turkey, who are currently in 6th place. Undefeated Turkey so far.
A win for Turkey will lift them up into 2nd place.
Win for Turkey. It's 2-0.
And they move into 2nd place. Next up it is Northern Ireland versus Slovakia. Slovakia on a good run of form. A win for them could lift them up as high as 8th with a big goal swing.
Yep, 2 wins in a row at the moment for Slovakia. It's 3 in a row for Slovakia.
They're now level on points with Bosnia, Israel, and are only 1 point behind Greece.
Yep, speaking of Greece, they will take on Romania next. Romania, a win for them puts them up in 2nd. A Greek win will put Greece up into 3rd.
This is probably the clash of the 2 teams we thought were going to be the favourites before the tournament started.
Win for Greece, 3-1. Romania have finally lost, but we're in fixture 6 and 3 teams have not lost a match yet.
No, they haven't, and so far at the top is still Estonia representing Montenegro. What a run they're having. Next to Albania and Israel. Israel, a win for them lifts them back into contention, but a win for Albania, I mean, as unlikely as it may seem, will lift them up the table a little bit.
Yep, they do need to start getting wins to Albania. It's a win for Israel. They're up into 6th place.
Yep, they move above Romania and Finland. So that's a brilliant result for Israel.
Yep, Iceland going to be getting their 3 points now, which will put them up into 2nd place. 1 point behind the league leaders.
It's remaining undefeated, Iceland as well.
Yep, Iceland, they missed out last time round, I think, didn't they? Barely.
I can't remember. Frank Zappa, what are you doing here?
Frank Zappa?
Yeah, the guy's name was Zappa.
We have Frank Zappa is a referee in this game now, right?
Oh, unbelievable.
Certainly is. Yeah, Iceland, who missed out, I'm pretty certain missed out on the qualifiers last time round.
I want to say they finished 9th, didn't they? They were really close.
Yeah, but this time round, they're in a good position to qualify at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, so good for them. I mean, look, they're in 2nd place, but it's so tight between all of the teams. Next up is a crunch match from just outside the qualification spots at the moment between Bosnia-Herzegovina and Georgia.
Yep, very important match for both teams here. It's a win for Georgia. It's happening again for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yeah, not looking good for Bosnia. They've won 3, lost 4 so far. Georgia a bit more consistent and on 11 points is in and around the teams in 7th and 8th.
Yep, Estonia now will take on Finland. Finland currently in that 8th spot, but with a game in hand over teams like Israel and Iceland. So, if they could take advantage of a win or a draw even over Estonia, that'd make a lot of difference for Finland's chances. It is a draw! Finland have been able to hold off Estonia!
That's big for Finland. That is massive for Finland as they move above Israel on points once again.
So, Turkey have a chance to take the lead if they beat Luxembourg by more than, by 5 goals or more? It could be 4 if it's like 5-1 or something.
Yep.
It's 3-0. It's not enough. Estonia stay top, but on goal difference.
It's so close at the top. Look at that. It's, one goal between them, 1 goal for in Estonia's favour is what keeps them top of the league at the moment. As Macedonia take on the Republic of Ireland next up.
Yeah, Macedonia currently on 4 points in 12th place. Republic of Ireland doing quite well so far in 5th. It's a 3-1 win. Republic of Ireland go into 3rd, a point behind the leaders.
Result there for Republic of Ireland as now it's Northern Ireland's turn as they take on the Greeks.
Yep, Northern Ireland fading fast at the moment. Greece currently in 5th, so good start for Greece so far. They've kept it going. 1-0 Greece. They go third.
2 points separate first from fifth in the league at the moment. Unbelievably close.
It could be first from sixth if Romania can beat Slovakia here. That'll move them right into the top 6.
Yep, Slovakia, though, need to keep the pressure on. They've won 3 matches in a row. Can they make it 4?
The run continues for Slovakia. They are up into 7th.
A massive result for Slovakia. 4-0 over the former European champions who dropped down to 9th place.
Yeah, this is bad for Romania right now. They had a really good start, but they're faltering. Albania and Luxembourg, 2 teams who are really at the bottom of the table, they kick off fixture 8 as we're going into that halfway spot.
Yeah, battling for the wooden spoon, aren't they, really, along with Northern Ireland? Can Luxembourg get anything from this game?
It's a draw between the 2, so I guess that's something.
That is absolutely the result you kind of expect, really, isn't it?
Yeah, a board draw between those 2. Macedonia going to be getting 3 points here against the dud team, Armenia, but that's going to put them only above Albania. That's it. Pretty much from below 11th place, there's a big gap between 11th and 12th right now.
Yeah, it's just that top 12 group is just like so close that it's everyone else after that. It's crazy how close it is. But then, it's been so poor from, Macedonia, Albania,
I'd say Northern Ireland as well. They because they qualified, I think, last time around, didn't they?
I think they've qualified before. Certainly from the preliminary league, they've qualified before.
But this time round, they are playing terribly. Really badly so far from Northern Ireland. Bit of a shocker to see them so low, but that gap is widening between 11th and 12th. I mean, a win, yeah, for Macedonia, but they're the first team that's played, or they're the one of only few teams that have played in fixture 8 so far. That could very well change. Yeah,
absolutely. So far, so good for. Well, not so good really for those teams, really. But Bosnia Herzegovina, they need to get a result here because if they don't, they really are starting to falter. Northern Ireland are not playing particularly well, so they need to get a big result here.
It's a win for Northern Ireland! 3-2!
That is a crucial win for Northern Ireland. I think their first win of the competition, and Bosnia Herzegovina, shambolic. Absolutely shambolic.
It's happening again.
It could have lifted them as high as 7th, and now they're just in big trouble.
Yep, they certainly are. Estonia, so currently top, but on goal difference now, take on the former European champions Romania, who've recently lost and are currently out of the tournament, if the standings remain the same.
Yeah, Romania need to get going, don't they? Estonia, currently unbeaten. Will that change?
Yes, it will! 1-0 Romania and Estonia lose.
Critical win for Romania as they lift themselves back into the top 8, into 6th place.
Yep, it's the 2 teams below them taking each other on now. It's Finland, Slovakia, 2 teams who had good runs so far recently, I'd say.
Yeah, looking for their 5th win on the spin. Can they make it happen?
Yep, Slovakia have clawed their way back, but this is a draw. It doesn't really help either of them. It certainly helps Israel and Georgia out more.
Yep, Georgia, speaking of, they take on a team that could go top here in Greece.
Yep, 3rd place so far for Greece. It's another draw. Greece will go top for now, but Turkey, Republic of Ireland, Iceland, they could easily go above Greece.
Republic of Ireland take on Iceland in a big match at the top. A win here for either team will lift them into the lead. A draw doesn't really help either.
It's a win for Republic of Ireland. They go top of the table now.
Iceland have their first defeat of the campaign. Turkey are the last unbeaten team.
Yep, they take on Israel, who are currently in 10th place.
A win for Turkey will lift them top of the table. A win for Israel lift them above Iceland, potentially, with a big win.
It's a win for Turkey, 2-1. Turkey top of the table now. Estonia down to 4th.
So close up at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, in one fixture. That's all it took for one fixture. Albania now will take on North Macedonia in fixture 9.
North Macedonia coming off a win against the dud team. Albania just floundering at the bottom, really.
It's a draw between the 2. That's not really going to help.
It's really not. It's really not. Luxembourg are going to get 3 points against the dud team next.
Yep.
For all the good that'll do for them.
And it's going to move them absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, it literally won't even lift them above the next team above them, which is Albania, ironically.
Yep, simply because their goal difference is so bad right now for Luxembourg. Poor guy. It's Ian Ball!
It's almost as bad as the Dud teams, their goal difference, Luxembourg.
Yeah. Ian Ball's in the game now. Ian Ball and Vinnie Jones, you know.
The lads.
Alongside Frank Zappa and the potential prick Steve Screech and the definite prick RJ Fernandez, you know.
I think all the referees are named after the developers of this game, by the way.
Why is Vinny in there then?
Maybe there was a guy called Vincent Jones.
Vincent.
Yeah. Saying.
God,
it's
what an
possible.
ego trip by their parents.
Well, there you go.
Jesus. That'd be like if you know, if your mother called you Billy.
Well, there you go. I'm glad she didn't.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There's not a famous Pruitt, so I'm alright. I think.
True.
Actually, no.
True
Technically, if you look at it this way, the Weasleys.
Oh, of course, yeah, the twins.
That'll do. The Weasleys. So yeah, one of the Ron. I don't know. Bosnia-Herzegovina doing the rot again 2 years in a row. They've got Romania currently in 6th place.
Romania recovered quite well with a win over Estonia. Can they continue this upward trajectory?
The answer is yes. 4-0 Bosnia-Herzegovina. It just seems like the last one all over again, really, doesn't it?
Well, they just can't hack it, can they, Bosnia? They're just slipping down the order as we speak. Next up is Estonia versus Northern Ireland.
Yep, Estonia.
Northern Ireland, of course,
Yep.
getting a win against Bosnia in the last fixture.
Yep, Estonia down in 5th at the moment.
They've slipped from the lead.
It's a win for Northern Ireland. What a win for them.
The unthinkable happened with Northern Ireland. They're closing back up to Bosnia and Macedonia as things stand, and they haven't played the Dud team yet.
Yeah, could we be seeing a resurgence of Northern Ireland in this tournament?
It's a big ask, isn't it? But they could do it.
Yep, Finland currently in 7th place, take on Greece in 3rd. Greece could go top with a win here.
Finland, a win for them, and it lifts them into that kind of Estonia, Romania, Greece, Iceland zone, doesn't it?
It's a win for Greece, 6-1.
Massive win for Greece as they go top of the leaderboard for now.
Yep, Georgia and Slovakia, 2 teams in 8th and 9th right now, both in very good positions at the moment, but need to start getting to win. Slovakia on a winning run so far with, I believe, what is it? 3 wins and a draw in the last 4 matches.
4 wins and a draw in the last 5
Yeah.
for Slovakia. So a win for Slovakia will, again, lift them a little bit up the table. A draw doesn't really help either of these teams.
Yep, 6 games unbeaten for Slovakia, up to 6th.
What a run from Slovakia. They were terrible at the start, and they've suddenly just motored up the table.
Yep, they've motored all the way up into 6th place. Iceland, currently in 7th, take on Turkey in 2nd.
Turkey undefeated. A win for Turkey or a draw lifts them back to the top of the leaderboard. A defeat for Iceland doesn't really change much. A win for Iceland lifts them up to 4th.
Really makes some movement there. Turkey win, though, and they are on 23. Still unbeaten so far, Turkey.
And 10 points clear now of that critical 8th place. It's looking good for Turkey.
Yep. Israel, currently in 10th. They all take on Republic of Ireland, who are currently in 3rd, who could go 2nd with a win.
Yep, big match here for the Republic of Ireland. Israel, a win for them will lift them into the top 8.
It's a win for Republic of Ireland, 1-0. They go back to 2nd place.
They do indeed. Next up is fixture 10, Albania and Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland on a bit of a run at the moment. A win for Northern Ireland does lift them above Bosnia and kind of within striking range, you have to say, of Israel, Georgia, Finland.
Definitely on that.
Only a draw. Oh, mate.
Damn it, mate. Okay, this is gonna require a lot of editing, this one.
God damn it. Not again.
No, I think my voice went chipmunk. Ah,
Oh, no.
I hate that.
It's not good, mate.
That's fine. I think it only did it for like maybe 1 match or whatever. So yeah, people could enjoy chipmunk me.
Hell yeah.
God's sakes. Oh,
Alright, dream that boy again. Let's get it cracking.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
Sorry about that. Yeah, let me just share my screen quickly on do.
Excuse me.
There we go.
So some technical issues there, Chris. What happened?
I went chipmunk.
Nice. Love to see it.
I went chipmunk for some reason. Usually I know about it, like when my microphone sort of flashes. Then I know it's going to go into chipmunk mode, but...
Just didn't happen this time.
Yeah, the problem with that is I got a pop filter on it.
Ah, so you couldn't see.
See? Poland. See?
Very good.
Yeah.
How about Portugal?
How about piss? I don't know.
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Bosnia-Herzegovina on the rot at the moment. They are certainly pissed right now. Luxembourg. Shit at the moment as well.
So far, so bad for them. This is a true battle for the wooden spoon, this is.
Yeah, battle of the losers. Finally, there you go. Bosnia gets the win.
Are they back? Look, they're back into contention, certainly.
Yep. Estonia down in 5th now. They'll take on North Macedonia, who are currently in 13th. The last time round dud team for the European League.
So they need to get a result here to kind of stop the wrath. They've got to slip down the order a little bit, haven't they?
Yep, North Macedonia win 2-1.
That's a terrible result for Estonia. They're really slipping back into those clutches of the teams below them.
Yep, Finland currently in 8th, take on Republic of Ireland in 2nd.
A Republic of Ireland win will lift them to the top of the league briefly. Finland win will lift them above Iceland and potentially Slovakia if it's a big win.
Win for Republic of Ireland, they go first for now. As Turkey take on Georgia to try and get that #1 spot back.
Georgia down in 9th currently. A win for them will lift them above Finland into 8th place, maybe above Iceland if there's a big swing. Turkey, of course, yet to be beaten, can go back to the top.
It's a draw between the two. Republic of Ireland stay top.
They do, and Turkey dropping points, but Georgia getting points lifts them above Finland into that critical 8th place for now.
Yep, Iceland looking to get some points here over Slovakia, but both teams currently in that top 8.
Slovakia are on an amazing run. A win for them lifts them above Estonia. Who would have thought that a few fixtures ago?
It's a win for Iceland. They go above Estonia.
They do, and it lifts them onto 18 points, lifting them 5 clear of Georgia and Finland. Looking good for the Icelandics at the moment.
Yep, Slovakia dropping, essentially losing for the first time in 7 games there, but a good run of form has got them right into that top 7.
Has indeed. Israel take on Greece. Next up, Israel win here lifts them into 8th place, and just behind Slovakia, a Greek win here lifts them no higher than where they are currently, but within 2 points of the league leaders.
Yep, puts a bit of daylight between them and Romania with a Greek win. It's a draw between the two.
You'd probably take that if you're Israel, don't you?
Yeah, especially against a team like Greece, you certainly would. Fixture 11 begins right now, so we have just 5 fixtures to go. Albania take on Romania next. Romania had a bit of a bad start, but they've certainly been able to motor forward, have Romania, the former European champions.
Yeah, a bit of a wobble here and there for Romania. Albania have been terrible since the dud win, really, for them.
And they stay like that. It's Romania 3-0, which puts them up into 3rd right now.
And now Northern Ireland are going to get a big 3 points and a big 3 goals against that dud team. It's going to lift them above Bosnia and Herzegovina and within a point of 8th place.
Yep, up to 11th for Northern Ireland here, so probably couldn't have come at a better time, that.
No, there's still a chance for Northern Ireland. It's not over for them. Armenia, meanwhile, just giving out 3 points for fun, really.
You get 3 points. You get 3 points. Everyone gets 3 points.
Absolutely.
Hooray!
Thanks, Oprah.
Yeah, thanks, Oprah. Right. I've never actually watched the Oprah Winfrey show at all.
I can't say I have either, to be honest.
To be honest, I'm a Brit. That makes sense, to be fair.
It's true. It's true. Well, Northern Ireland into 11th place with not terrible goal difference either. They're only at -3. A few big swings above them, and they're right into contention here, aren't they?
Yep. Speaking of potential swings into contention, Bosnia-Herzegovina and North Macedonia do battle next. Winner goes into 8th.
Does. And a big win for either team could be, right on the tail of Slovakia. So this is big for both teams.
Win for North Macedonia. They go 8th. Again.
A massive result for North Macedonia. Leapfrogs them right up the table. Estonia now take on Luxembourg, who, I mean, surely a dead rubber win for Estonia, right? Surely.
You certainly expect it. It is a win for Estonia. 2-0. They move up into 5th. Remember when they were 2 points ahead, though?
Yeah, it wasn't looking great for Estonia, but I think that's a good recovery from them to get a win here against Luxembourg, as you'd probably expect.
Certainly is. Finland, currently 10th place, take on Turkey in 2nd.
Still undefeated, Turkey, but in 2nd place currently.
4-0 for Turkey. They move back up to 1st for now, but Republic of Ireland could bounce back if they beat 9th place Georgia.
Yep, Georgia. A win for them, though, lifts them potentially above Slovakia with a big win. Still game on for them.
It's a draw between the two. I think Georgia will take that. They'll stay in 8th. They'll go to 8th for the moment.
And, of course, it means Turkey now outright top of the table by 1 point.
Yep, for now. Greece could certainly make a move, though, on that top 2 if they can beat Iceland. Iceland, win for them, puts them pretty much above Estonia, up into 5th.
Take Greece, well, a massive win would overtake Greece, but, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Would need to be an 8-0 swing for Iceland there. It's a 1-1 instead, so nothing really changes.
Yep, 5 points clear of 8th place for Iceland. I think they'll probably take that at this stage. Israel take on Slovakia in a big crunch match for this qualification section.
Yep, Slovakia 7th, Greece 11th. 3 points separate the two right now, so big chance for Israel to try and get a win here. They haven't, though. Slovakia win 3-1.
They lift themselves above the Icelandics. Look at that, into 6th place.
Yep, 19 points in the last 8 matches for Slovakia.
All of their points, look at that. They've really ramped up the league, haven't they? Fantastic performance from them, and they have a chance now to get another 3 points, taking on Albania, who are towards the bottom of the league.
Yep, double header for Slovakia here. It's 4-0. They're up to 5th.
Great result for Slovakia. They're really rocketing up the table now.
Yep, Greece will go 3rd here as they get their 3 points against Armenia.
Slowly looking good for Greece. How long is it now before teams start to qualify? I think, it can't be far off the Turkeys of this world being automatically through, right? Surely.
Certainly on that one, yeah. It's not going to be too long, but at the moment there's really no clear winner of this group. I mean, it's sort of essentially the top of the table is bouncing between a couple of teams right now.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game at the top of the table. Turkey's still undefeated, so which is a great performance from the Turks, but...
Yeah, I mean, they're the highest ranked team in this preliminary league, so that would make sense for them to finish 1st here.
Absolutely. They're doing very well.
Yeah, they are
quietly going about their business.
Yep, they're doing very well with their Turkey. Bosnia-Herzegovina now will take on the Republic of Ireland, who currently are in 2nd.
The win for the Irish puts them top for now. Bosnia, if they win, can leap them back into contention once again and above Georgia into 8th place.
Yep, but it's a tall ask to beat the Republic of Ireland, who've only lost once throughout this entire tournament. And it is a win for Republic of Ireland. They go 1st for now.
Will they stay there? If Estonia beat Turkey, they will. If they draw with Turkey, they will. If Turkey win, Turkey go back to the top of the leaderboard.
Turkey back to the top, 3-0. It's not looking good for Montenegro now, down in 6th.
Yeah, but they've got a 6-point cushion over the teams below them, but they do have games in hand. Next up is Finland and Luxembourg. A win for Finland. I mean, where are Finland? Finland are 10th at the moment, so a win for them would lift them above Georgia into 8th place. Luxembourg, of course, pretty much out of it.
Yeah, it's not looking incredibly good for Luxembourg. In fact, if Luxembourg lose this or draw this, they're out.
There you go. All the pressure on Luxembourg.
Luxembourg's out. 2-0 Finland. They go up into 8th place for now.
Yeah, it's a defeat for Luxembourg. Once again, Georgia, Macedonia, 9th versus 10th. A win for either of these lifts them into 8th place and within the striking distance of Iceland and Estonia representing Montenegro. So this is a big match for both.
Yep, both teams on 14 points. Macedonia get the win. Up into 8th they go.
And they're 2 now behind Iceland. So Iceland seemingly secure, but they're not there yet. And they've got to take on Northern Ireland, who have been in good form recently. Yep,
a good resurgence for Northern Ireland so far. It's a 2-1 win for Iceland. They've stopped it in the tracks, and they move into 6th. Estonia down in 7th now.
Yeah, they've got to be looking over their shoulders. Surely Estonia. Next up is Israel versus Romania. A Romanian win will lift them up to 3rd place.
Yep, an Israeli win, on the other hand, if it's a big win, moves them up to 9th. It's a draw between the two. I'd say Romania would take that.
Yeah, Romania just slowly eking out the gap to North Macedonia. As things stand,
Republic of Ireland and Turkey has qualified.
Turkey have qualified, and so have Republic of Ireland. Yes, they've just about done it. And they won't even finish in 8th place either. So well done to Republic of Ireland and Turkey. They will be competing in the Global Trophy European section.
And Greece can join them if they beat Albania here.
Yeah.
Well, that's obvious, yeah. You know.
Yeah. Well done, Greece. They've done it.
Greece have qualified as well. Slovakia are going to be getting 3 points here. A very much needed 3 points off their amazing run of form. And now they get 3 against the dud. This is looking really good for Slovakia right now.
It's a slow start for the Slovaks, but they've really turned it around, and they've motored up the table, and they've looked pretty good doing it, actually, haven't they?
Yep. And Indy's back.
And Indy.
And Indy's back.
Good old Indy.
We haven't seen B. Ron yet.
We haven't seen B. Ron yet. I'm sure he'll appear in due course, though.
Probably to see the big R in Africa, as usual.
As he's wont to do. He does love the big R. Well, Armenia going to get another 3 points, this time to Slovakia.
Yeah, but what a performance we've seen from Slovakia, really, over the last, sort of, I guess, half of the fixtures. Slovakia have just motored up. They're up into 4th now.
Brilliant performance from Slovakia, really, isn't it?
Yep, Bosnia-Herzegovina really need to try and stop the rot here. They've got Turkey, who can stay top with a win.
Yeah, a win for Turkey would take them, obviously, clear of Republic of Ireland, and they could catch them in this fixture.
It is 4-0 Turkey. Bosnia, they're screwed again, aren't they? Let's be honest.
They're pretty much out of it. It's requiring snookers now, isn't it, really?
They can only get dud.
Such a shame for the Bosnians, isn't it, really? It's such a shame.
Yeah, which means that also Albania are out as well.
Northern Ireland will join them if they don't defeat whoever they've got next.
Yep, and Israel will be on the cusp when it comes to that as well. Estonia, Republic of Ireland, though, this is a big chance for the teams below Estonia if Republic of Ireland beat them.
Yeah, Republic of Ireland, a win for them will lift them within 1 point of the Turkish at the top.
It is 2-0 to Republic of Ireland. This is looking bad for Montenegro now.
Yeah, they're right on the cusp, and they are falling into the clutches of Macedonia and Finland, who play each other next. This is a big match for both teams.
Yep, a big win for Macedonia puts them in the 7th. But if that doesn't happen, pretty much winner goes even closer to Estonia here. It's a win for Finland.
Now within a point of Estonia. Goal difference is in Estonia's favour for now, but that can all change.
Yep, Georgia currently in 10th. They'll take on Luxembourg, who are already out. So, good chance for Georgia here to get back into contention. They do, 2-0, Georgia up to 9th.
Yeah, big result for Georgia there, and I think that's a moment of, well, a pressure moment now for everyone else, because look, you've got Georgia, Macedonia and Finland all breathing down the neck of Estonia.
Yep, and Iceland and Romania, who aren't really safe at the moment, but one of them could certainly make a move to try and escape. In fact, if Romania win this,
they qualify.
They qualify if Romania wins this.
Yep.
They do! Romania's qualified!
Excellent stuff from the former European champions. A bit of a scare early on, but they've really come back strongly. And I think pretty much as well, Slovakia will have qualified as well in 5th place.
There's a chance that they may finish 8th in the dud, but they've pretty much qualified, but they haven't qualified fully as not a dud yet.
No. Israel and Northern Ireland next up as well. Israel win here, and that lifts them onto 17 points as well, and it puts them into contention to qualify. A loss for Northern Ireland pretty much confirms they will be out.
Yeah, Northern Ireland will need to get a big win here. They do! They stay in! They hang on in this tournament!
Require snookers, but Northern Ireland are still in this.
Yep, not looking good for Israel now. Albania, as we start fixture 14, Albania take on the Republic of Ireland.
Republic of Ireland surely will win here.
It is 4-0. That's good, but Turkey are going to bounce right back to get first place as they get their 3 points.
Against the dud team, yeah, brilliant stuff for Turkey. They will be loving this. And they now have one game left to do an unbeaten campaign in the preliminaries, which is a very tall order in Europe. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, but Turkey could certainly do that here. It would be a sight to see for Turkey to be able to do that. They've been very consistent throughout this entire thing, and well deserved if they go on to win.
Absolutely, I think they've been the standout team in this preliminary league. Them and Republic of Ireland have been excellent so far.
Yep, and obviously Greece and Romania right behind them as well. So pretty much the top 4 ranked teams in this preliminary league are in the top 4.
Hang on a second, I've got a delivery, I think. Bear with me.
Oh, cool.
It's all done.
Yeah,
right. All good. Ready to go.
Cool. And
Bosnia...
we are... Oh.
Go on.
I was about to say... And we are back at this tense ending of the preliminary league right now. 3 teams have been knocked out. So Bosnia-Herzegovina's gone. Albania's gone. Luxembourg's gone. Israel and Northern Ireland, they're hanging on right now to this.
They're just about in there. Bosnia here, obviously already out. Slovakia pretty much already qualified as they take each other on in fixture 14.
Yep, a win for Slovakia means they won't be the duds, so there's a big chance here for Slovakia. No dud for Slovakia, they move to 4th. They fully qualified.
Congratulations to Slovakia, yes, excellent stuff for them. Next up is Estonia against Greece. Oh dear, it's not a great fixture for Estonia to have 2 from the end because they're very much in the danger zone currently.
Yep, Greece only lost once throughout this tournament so far. It is a win for Greece. This gives a huge chance to a lot of teams here.
Yes, both of these two, Finland and Northern Ireland, both need to win. A draw doesn't really help either of them, although Finland will be on the same amount of points if they draw here.
Yeah, Finland's certainly in a better position to, if they mess up here. Northern Ireland have to win to have a chance of fully qualifying and not being a dud. They need to win this against Finland. They don't, it's a draw. Northern Ireland are out.
They are, it's such a shame. It was looking so good, but they couldn't pull it out against the Finnish. Finland level on points now with Estonia, so it's not all over for those 2 teams, and it does give impetus to both Georgia and Macedonia. Georgia play Romania next.
Yep, and Israel as well. They're still in it.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have it yet.
Georgia take on Romania, who currently lie in 5th, already through. Georgia, a big win for Georgia, puts them into 7th. It's a win for Romania. That's not good for Georgia. They're still in, but this opens the door for Israel and Macedonia.
Yes, Iceland taking on Luxembourg. A win for Iceland pretty much guarantees them safety and qualification here. In fact, it does guarantee them qualification here if Iceland win. Luxembourg, of course, way out of it already.
It's a win for Iceland. Iceland qualify in 6th place.
And look at this now, Israel versus Macedonia. Look at that for a fixture in fixture 14.
Yeah, pretty much. Israel needs to beat Macedonia to have any chance of qualifying here. A win for Macedonia knocks Israel out, but also puts them right in contention.
So close.
It's a draw between the 2. Israel gone.
Israel are gone.
This is close. So, essentially, every team's qualified. We still have 7th. That 7th spot to go. Estonia in that position right now, but Finland, Macedonia, and Georgia all have a chance.
Turkey first, though. Can they go unbeaten? They play arguably the worst team in this league, Albania. Can they do it?
It's a draw between the two! That gives Republic of Ireland the chance. They've done it! Republic of Ireland have won the preliminary league!
I can't believe it. Absolute bottle job from Turkey. They had it on a plate and they drew with Albania. Republic of Ireland win against the Dud team. Despite going undefeated, Turkey do not win the preliminary league.
Yep, Albania put their working boots on to prevent Turkey from winning the preliminary league. Republic of Ireland will win the league with that performance.
Unbelievable. What a comeback from the Republic of Ireland as well. Like they also started quite poorly and came back strongly, and it's been a bit of a theme in this league. And the Republic of Ireland have won the preliminary league. Look at that. There you have it. Confirmation at the top. One defeat for Republic of Ireland was all it took. Yep, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Greece could solidify third here with a win over Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Was Bosnia already out, of course.
It's a 4-1 win for Greece. They will finish third.
Good performance from Greece. Estonia versus Slovakia.
Big match here.
Slovakia in great form. A win for them could lift them as high as fourth, which is amazing considering where they started. Estonia, a win for them would pretty much guarantee them qualification, but not definitely.
Yeah, it would guarantee them qualification, but not a non-dud qualification as of yet, because Finland still have a chance. This could be bad if Slovakia wins for Estonia here. It's a win for Slovakia! This is bad for Estonia!
Terrible, but Finland have got to play Romania, who are in and around that area as well. Romania have all the motivation to finish fourth here, but Finland, a win for them, regardless of how big or small, will give them 7th place.
Yes, it will. It could end right here with Finland. It's a win for Finland! They've done it!
Unbelievable. Estonia will be at best the dud team. Finland have qualified. Yep. Regardless of results now, it's all over. Finland finished 7th.
Yep. Georgia, Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland already out. Georgia, they could get to the dud point. It's a draw. They're not going to. So it's either be Macedonia or Estonia to be the dud. Macedonia needs to be Iceland to get the dud. And they do. It's Macedonia yet again the dud.
Unbelievable. What a turnaround. Estonia, 9th place after starting so strongly, have just fallen and fallen and fallen. They've done a Bosnia-Herzegovina. They finished 9th.
Well, they haven't done much of a Bosnia-Herzegovina. I think Bosnia-Herzegovina have done a better one. She's 11 losses.
It's not been a good performance. And our final game, what a final game it is as well. It is Israel versus Luxembourg.
Will Albania finish bottom? No, they won't. Luxembourg finished bottom.
You get a point, which is remarkable. So what a dramatic final fixture that was.
Yep, 15th place with 6 points. Luxembourg, we were sort of expecting for Luxembourg to finish bottom here.
Yep, they got 3 draws, and obviously they got the dud win and 11 defeats. The joint most defeats in the entire competition. 5 goals for, including 3 against the dud team. 31 against. Oh dear, not a great performance from Luxembourg, is it?
Yep, 14th place with 7 Albania. Oh,
One
no, wait.
more draw.
Oh, no, never mind. No, I forgot to put it down as only 1 fixture. Sorry, that's the fixtures.
Yeah, we're done here. Come on now.
Yeah. So, yeah, Albania, 7 points. 14th place for them. Not good.
No, they get 1 extra draw, which Luxembourg didn't get, though, which I think Albania drew against Turkey, didn't they? They finished Turkey on the last fixture.
Yep. 13th place, 12 points. They've bottled it again. It's Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Shambolic performance from Bosnia-Herzegovina, I think it's fair to say. Just slipped through the order, and yeah, bit of a nothing team, really, weren't they there?
Yep. 12th with 16. So bounces up here. It's Israel.
A valiant performance from Israel. Started off pretty poorly and kind of fought their way back through, but not good enough in the end.
Yep. 11th with 17. Northern Ireland.
Again, also started really poorly and left it far, far too late to come back into the competition. But they did okay. 4 wins and 5 draws. Not a bad run for Northern Ireland.
Yep. 10th place with 18. Georgia.
It was a bit of a weird one. They kind of started fairly well and kind of middle throughout the whole thing, really. But there were so many opportunities for Georgia to do better, and they just couldn't do it.
Yep, speaking of missed opportunities, 9th place is Montenegro, being represented by Estonia.
The unbeaten leaders just fell through the field from first all the way down to 9th place on the final fixture. It was looking so good for the represented team, but Estonia couldn't quite manage enough to qualify in the end. 9th place after starting so well.
Yep, at one point, Estonia were first by 2 points.
Yeah, they were clear leaders.
Yeah, and they've dropped way more than 18 points, down out of contention at all. 8th place for the second year in a row will be the European dud team. It's North Macedonia.
Valiant effort from North Macedonia again. They started so poorly and kind of rocketed through the field. There was a bit of a theme, really. But not enough. Not enough in the end. They were 2 points shy, finishing in 8th place.
7th with 23. They've qualified finally. What a performance they've had. It's Finland.
Great effort from Finland. They deserve every little bit of it. They kind of fought their way back through the field. They started fairly poorly and kind of came strong towards the end. Well done, Finland.
6th place with 25. Consistency, I'd say here. It's Iceland.
Yeah, I think Iceland would be pretty happy with 6th place. You know, they get a chance to compete in the finals. Great effort from them. Yeah, well done to Iceland.
Yep, Iceland missed out last time on the Global Trophy European Qualifiers, so nice to see them in this time. 5th with 30 points, it's Romania, the former European champions.
Expected better from Romania. I don't know about you, Chris. I think that's kind of not a surprise to see them so low, but like the fact that they are former European winners and they only finished 5th in the preliminaries, maybe that just kind of shows how strong the European preliminaries are. Really, because you know, 5th place is middle of the pack for the qualifiers. You know, it's kind of surprising that they're that low, but hey, look, there you go. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, definitely, but they've done enough. Now,
Yes.
probably one of the biggest shockers here. It's 4th place with 31. Slovakia, what a run.
What a comeback. They were nowhere at the start, and I think that in their last kind of 12 games, they had 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 10 wins. Unbelievable. It was a cracking turnaround from Slovakia. You know, they started so slowly and they came back strongly, so well done to Slovakia.
Yep, they kept the momentum going to finish in the top 4 behind 3rd place, 34 points. Global Trophy Champion of Champions quarterfinalists, Greece.
Yeah, brilliant performance from Greece. They have a habit of getting out of this preliminary league every time that they are in it, basically. Fantastic performance from them once again. Finished 3rd place in the preliminary league this year.
Yep, very good performance there from Greece. 2nd with 37. They may have been undefeated, but they bottled it. It's Turkey.
Absolutely bottled it against Albania, of all teams. Albania were terrible, and they didn't beat them on the last fixture, and it handed the title to our winners, who are, Chris?
Yep, 1st place with 38, the Republic of Ireland.
They had their dud fixture last. They won the title with the dud win. Fantastic stuff from Republic of Ireland. Again, started slowly, came back strongly, and ended up deserving champions, I think, really.
Yep, 1 point in it between Republic of Ireland and Turkey, but Republic of Ireland and Turkey, they had their battle, but Republic of Ireland have won the preliminary league, which means that joining Germany, Czech Republic, Norway, Ukraine, Belgium, Slovenia, Italy, Bulgaria, France, England, the Netherlands, Croatia, Portugal, Spain, Switzerland, Denmark, Poland, Sweden, Wales, Serbia, Austria, Hungary, Russia, and Scotland in the European qualifiers are the Republic of Ireland, Turkey, Greece, Slovakia, Romania, Iceland, Finland, and our dud team for the 2nd year in a row, North Macedonia.
Well, what a European qualifiers we're going to have as well. Obviously, next week we have our Asian preliminaries, but yeah, it's exciting to see how the European qualifiers are shaping up. Obviously, all those amazingly strong teams that we've got in there. We've sprinkled a few extra, big teams in there from the preliminaries. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be very interesting indeed on that one. So, this is where we end the European preliminaries. Yeah, Estonia absolutely bottled it. So did Bosnia-Herzegovina. Brilliant runs from Slovakia and Finland as they have qualified. So with that, we end this video. I'm Masterath.
I've been Sam Elliott 64.
And we'll be seeing you next week for the Asian Qualifiers, the Preliminary League. We'll see you then.
Bye.